these institutions, you know, that have wrecked Nigeria. INEC number one. INEC has been crazy. INEC has done all sorts of things. Election, especially when you have someone who is not patriotic Nigeria, they undo and undo election. So right now, that's what we saw with the 2023 election. No need of going to rig election out there. Just rig it in INEC this thing. And that's why you could see election where the same thing was done from the same place at the same time. Two results were going in. The one of House of Rep, the one of Senate, but the presidential wasn't going in. Yeah. And wherever we are, and there are people, Nigerians, who are working in those places, they are enjoying the largest, whatever they are getting. And guess what? Kidnappers don't ask whether you work at INEC and leave you alone. All of us, we are all victims waiting to happen. The next one, National Assembly. That National Assembly. The most useless body you can think about. The legislative arm of government is more powerful than the executive. But the National Assembly has sold their birthright for messy porridge. Pot of porridge. That's what they sold their birthright with. The executive only controls money. But the power belongs to the legislative arm. But our National Assembly have thrown away their birthright. So because of longer throat, hunger, Osami Yungwa, they've lost everything. They are now the ones that are being toyed with, ping-pong people like toys by the executive. And so they've put us in this situation that we are today, where we don't even know our left and our right. And now I even said I was going to do a video with this. I kept forgetting. Now the executive is giving them work to do. They are sending them to be sharing rights to people. They are not thinking of making laws. They are not thinking about holding the executive accountable. Because the legislative and that National Assembly, they are the ones that will confirm any appointment that is made. Most appointments that time, only few appointments are left for them that don't need confirmation. But most appointments, if they don't confirm, you can't get in. But yet, what did they do? Bow, take a bow, and leave. National Assembly, they are the ones that make rules, laws. So every law, they can wake up and decide to change the law. They can wake up and decide to change the constitution. But hey, they are busy looking for where they will get what do they call the constituency project. The National Assembly, they have oversight function. They can check any parastatal, any whatever. Are you working well? Are you not working well? They can do it. The National Assembly, they are the ones that rectify treaties. Even Nigeria go and sign anything. Nigeria cannot go to war without National Assembly. You saw that time that Tinubu was power drunk and he said he wanted to go into Niger. They said Usai, and that was it. It didn't happen. So this is the power that the National Assembly has. Yet the National Assembly will constantly throw this power away. National Assembly are also supposed to hold their executive accountable. They are supposed to be the activists in government, holding executive at that. If the executive said, they'll say, what did you? But hey, what we have are yes, women. Rubber stamp assembly. Nothing. Anyhow they blow them go, and so they go. Because hunger. Now they worry them. The next thing he talked about, let me look at that, is the Supreme Court. Supreme Court. That one. The judiciary arm, it's no longer the last resort of the common man. It's the plating of corrupt politicians. And the politicians are not hiding it. They are showing everybody that you see that judiciary, they control it. That's why you see, what did you see recently? The governors were thanking Tinubu for not meddling. Because they know the Supreme Court judges are not angry. I even said I'll do a video on that. I've not yet done it. They are not angry that they are thanking Tinubu that they maintain the people that were there, the governors, they maintain them, because they know the Supreme Court is under the feet of Tinubu. It's under the feet of the executive. And so it's not about justice, it's about did they control? And I remember I did a video where I said there was a report that one investigative person who always put out things. He had said that Tinubu was going into alliances with these governors because as far as he's preparing for 2027, as in, that time I didn't interfere with your ruling, so this time pay me back kind of a thing. And so here, that's where we are. And most of the bad governance that we have is directly or indirectly due to what the Supreme Court has done. Where the Supreme Court have not done the needful, where the Supreme Court have brought in corrupt people to enter into office. And there have been a lot of allegations and a lot of reports that the Supreme Court is being bought by billions of naira. And so that line. And then the final one, he said media houses. You don't need to be told. Media houses complicit in the thing. And but then also, most of the media houses are owned by politicians or their alliances. So they're able to use that. News will be killed. If not for social media. In the words of Chude Judon, he said social media democratize media. If not for social media, that's why I can do this video. Anywhere in the world you can watch it. They can't stop me. They can't. That's the thing. People can now, it's not just the government controlling the information. People have access to information beyond what the government wants. Otherwise, there's a blackout on news. Most things that are happening, kidnappings happening, insecurity happening, blackouts. If it doesn't come through social media, you won't hear it. I did relog today. The woman that does my reel was telling me about the insecurity that happened around their places and the number of people. Like, I was telling her, I said, this thing, they did not come to the news. She said, deliberate blackout. They put it, they change narrative, they do all sorts of those things so that people will not know what is going on. But you know what? Like this tweet rightly said, like he said with the tweet. Let me read that last part and what he said. He said, Nigerians need to free themselves from these heartless and wicked people. If we don't free ourselves, we continue not only be slaves, we will hand over the slavery to our descendants. Nothing will change. It's not prayers. People pray and say, God will not do for us what he has given us capacity for us to do for ourselves. God gave us everything to be a great nation. We are the ones that have been holding ourselves down. And we must ensure we stand up and fight for a better Nigeria. Fight for the generation unborn, the way we wish other people had fought for us to have a great nation. Nigeria can be great. You and I are the ones holding Nigeria back. Thank you.